Let's be real, we've been invasioned out. Since 2023, NetherRealm has tried to replace the soul of a single-player Mortal Kombat with seasonal board games and color-coded modifiers. It was fine for a minute, or maybe not, but the community is tired of fighting super armored NPCs on a flat plane. With Mortal Kombat 13 on the horizon, the conversation isn't about what is confirmed, it's about what should be. We need the return of Konquest, but not just a remaster of the 2004 version in Deception. We need a mode that actually utilizes the power of modern hardware. Today we are going into insane detail on the features the fans are actually begging for. We're talking about a living, breathing, open world, perhaps a return to Kreate-A-Fighter that actually matters, and the death of the board game era. So this is going to be my blueprint of a possible MK13 Conquest mode and what I'd like to see from it. But before we get into the video, if you guys don't know me by now, I'm MrFrostyFlamez, but you can call me Mike. I do anything gaming, reviews, analysis, arguments, everything gaming related. I'm something of a video game scientist myself. If you like what you see, if you like this content, if you like the analysis videos, the FGC videos, please drop a like, drop a comment, let me know what other things I should post about, and make sure you subscribe to join the MrFrostyFlamez Legion. We're 1,500 strong. We're aiming for 1,600, so join the army. And back to the video. The first thing on my wish list for Mortal Kombat 13's Conquest is the end of the loading screen menus. I want the Nexus to be a massive physical hub, a central world that actually feels like the crossroads of the universe. Imagine starting in a village in Earthrealm. You don't click to go to a menu to go to Outworld. You manually hike up to the Sky Temple, perform a ritual, and watch as a portal tears open the sky. Obviously, you could fast travel or open up menus on the side to make it faster, but this feature here is seamless transitioning. We want to see the architecture change from the skyscrapers of Earthrealm to the living, breathing markets of Sundo. We want an Outworld that feels like The Witcher 3, but with Tarkatans and Shokan. No more nodes. Give us a map we could actually explore, with hidden dungeons that actually contain legacy boss fights from maybe like the 3D era that aren't in the base roster. See, that's where I'd accept NPCs. And this doesn't just have to be in the Conquest mode. Imagine this in like an online setting where you could just join a room, because you remember they had rooms in MK9, X, and 11 where you could just join these rooms, but imagine if these rooms were actual lobbies, sort of like the Battle Hub from Street Fighter 6 or that area where all the arcades are in Tekken 8. Imagine if we could go to like these eras. The Mortal Kombat lore is so expansive and they have tons and tons of unique locations. Imagine if like the online, you could go into like a room and then you could explore the area, challenge players to fights. Hell, we could even have King of the Hills there where we could manually line up our avatars to fight and have like the big screen in the middle, sort of like Street Fighter 6. It would be awesome. So we've had custom variations in the past with MK11, but fans want a full Kreate-A-Fighter back. I remember when the MK1 leaks were coming out, there was like that missing character right next to Havoc, and everyone thought it was going to be Kreate-A-Fighter. However, that wasn't the case. But in 2026, the twist needs to be a moveset apprenticeship. Instead of picking a move from a list, the fans want to earn them. You find Reptile hiding in the Living Force, you do a quest for him, and he teaches you his Acid Spit. You find Ermac in the Soul Chamber, he teaches you a Teleslam. The feature here is hybrid styles. Imagine a custom character that uses Scorpion Spear to pull an enemy in, but then uses Sub-Zero's Ice to freeze him midair. The community wants to build their own Abomination Warrior that they could only take into a separate Conquest only online ranked mode, or like an Avatar ranked mode, or not even ranked, like a casual fight, sort of like the Avatar battles in Street Fighter 6. This isn't just about dressing up, it's about mechanical expression. And obviously this isn't going to be the main mode, but it's something fun, it's something unique that we could do. Imagine if Conquest mode, instead of playing as like a Shujinko, we make our own Shujinko, and we could have our own styles and learn from fighters along the world that we meet. It could be a replacement for the story. Obviously, I love the cinematic stories, and please don't replace it, but it would be awesome, you know, if they put into a lot of detail into doing this. I say if they want to go all out, they could have a story mode, like a cinematic story mode on top of the Conquest mode. This is what we deserve. Do you guys think that we deserve better? We've had trash for like 2 years straight, MK11 and MK1. Like, what are we gonna do now? What do we need to do to get better from Mortal Kombat? We need to start asking for more. And on a side note, I get a lot of comments saying that, oh, no matter how good the game is, people are gonna complain. And you may be right, but the thing is, we've had trash, like I said, for a while now. We need to do better as gamers, as Mortal Kombat fans. Mortal Kombat has one of the most dedicated fan bases in all of gaming. You know, if someone likes Mortal Kombat, they're gonna live and stick with Mortal Kombat. until the franchise inevitably like dies if they go at this pace. And that's why I say we as a community of MK deserve better. Now hear me out, this is a curveball feature that I'd love in Conquest mode, but correct me if I'm wrong since I'm not too knowledgeable on this feature that I'm about to talk about, and that is the Nemesis system. I know that Warner Brother Games has patented it because of the Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor, games, those Lord of the Ring games. But in a world as violent as Mortal Kombat, death shouldn't be always the end for your enemies. If you beat a high-ranking Lin Kuei assassin but you don't perform a fatality, that NPC should come back with a grudge. They should hunt you across realms. They should jump into your other fights like a cameo gone rogue. This would make the world feel like it has actual consequences. Fans want the NPCs to react to your choices. If you side with Melina in an Outworld Civil War quest, the Tarkans should treat you like a hero, but the Edenians should ambush you on sight. We want a world that feels like it's reacting to the player, not just waiting for us to press A on a node. Now just think about that for a second. The Nemesis system, I know a lot of you probably don't know what it is, but they really define the Shadow of Mordor games, and when I played them, I was like, man, this is crazy because it makes the world feel alive. So imagine that on an MK game where like every NPC could have a character, every person could be a fighter, and it could work out. It could be like Street Fighter because in Street Fighter, if you play the World Tour, basically any NPC that walks around, you could fight them. And that should be like that in Mortal Kombat because it fits the personality. That would be like a violent thing where everybody really knows how to fight. And you can make friends, you can make enemies, you could raise an army, etc. This would give Mortal Kombat so much personality, and it would bring it back on top. I think if they implement a Conquest mode and do it correctly, this mode alone could bring Mortal Kombat above Street Fighter, above Tekken. And a lot of people like to talk about how they want Onaga back as the main villain for MK13 or whatever the next MK game is. Sure, we could do that, but let's make a Conquest mode because Onaga was the villain of the Conquest mode in the original MK Deception. So we could make the Conquest mode happen again and do it for like Onaga. Obviously this is a new timeline, but there are still some constants that stay the same, and maybe there could be another person that brings the Kamidogu to Onaga, and that could be your character for this Conquest mode. It perfectly makes sense. Finally, let's talk about the combat. The biggest complaint about Invasions was the modifiers. Electric floors, random smoke screens, armor every 5 seconds. It didn't make the game harder, it made it annoying. The fans want skill-based challenges back. In the perfect MK13 Conquest, a boss fight should be hard because the AI is actually hard. It's pro level, not because the floor is on fire, or not because they have infinite armor. We also want Test Your Might and Test Your Sight integrated into the world as organic minigames. Find a blacksmith, maybe do a Test Your Might to forge your new sword. Find a gambling den in this NetherRealm. Test your sight to win rare gear. This is how you make your world feel combat ready without relying on cheap gimmicks. So in the end, Mortal Kombat is at a crossroads. We could keep doing the seasonal invasions grind, or we could go back to what made the franchise a household name, the sense of mystery and adventure. NetherRealm has the tech. They have the lore. They just need the guts to stop playing it safe. A modern Conquest mode would be the biggest win in the history of the FGC in Mortal Kombat. But that's just my take on Conquest mode. Did I forget anything? If I did, let me know in the comments down below. But if you like these videos, if you like this analysis video, make sure you like the video, share, comment your thoughts, comment what other videos I should make, and subscribe to join the MrFrostyFlamez Legion. Our army is growing, and it's going to grow to a tremendous amount. Thank you all for watching, and thank you for supporting me for these past couple videos. I know you guys been a little iffy on me, and sorry if I sound a little bit weird because I'm sick right now, but we're still grinding through to push out content for you guys. Anyways, I love you all. Thank you all for watching. MrFrostyFlamez out. Ciao.